Hi everybody, and hopefully you have looked at the syllabus video that was above this one. This is our Blackboard tour. So this is going to walk you through Blackboard, our Blackboard site, sort of home away from home for this semester, especially since we are online. So announcements, hopefully that is going to be where things land. I've already got the welcome announcement here. There will be more announcements as we go through the semester. Remember, I'll be contacting you about once a week, if not more often. Weeks when there are major assignments due, there will probably be more than one email sent out. So please check your email, and that is going to be these announcements here. If you go to this over here, this tab here, Welcome to History 131, because yes, welcome. We've got the syllabus and Blackboard tour, which you're looking at now, how meta. The syllabus for the semester, which we just talked about in that previous video. The reading breakdown. Now, this reading breakdown summarizes all of our reading assignments and major due dates this semester, okay? So you'll notice this first full week here, you don't actually need your books to complete the assignments. I did that on purpose because sometimes it's harder to get books right away for whatever reason. So I wanted to make sure that you guys could complete that assignment and get every part of it that you're supposed to get completed for the discussion board without having your books. So we have a document that is through the History Study Center, which is through the library website. There are instructions for access for that on Blackboard. We'll go to week 1 and check it out in a minute. And then these two documents as well that are files. They're just Word documents. And then you'll have a lecture too. So that's the first week. But as you see, as we go through here, GML, that's Give Me Liberty, your textbook. So pages for that for week 2. Document numbers for Voices of Freedom. So documents number 4, 7, 15, 10, 11, and 12 are all for week 2. And then, week 4, you've got a paper assignment due. And as we go through, we just keep seeing exam 1. There you go, week 6. So all these major due dates. If there's a Blackboard document, it's also listed on there. So this is a great guide for what you're going to be reading this semester, when everything is due. I highly recommend you either bookmark it in your computer or download it and save it to your computer or print it out and have it with you. So that's your reading breakdown. Discussion board FAQ, that's what we've talked about. This is a great document that these are questions to ask yourself before submitting your discussion board posts, and they are listed in order of importance, meaning what counts the most is first. So the things that get the most points, they're first on this list. So take a look and email me if you have any questions, right? Did your post answer each question? Does it do so comprehensively? This is the most important. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 part questions or 2 questions to a discussion post. Make sure that you are answering the assignment completely. Are you using the proper sources to answer? Okay, are you using all of the sources that are required? Did you cite your sources? Did you do so correctly? And there's a video on how to do that on Blackboard here as well. Is your post well organized and broken into paragraphs? Did you proofread your work? Reading your post out loud can also help catch errors. Multiple mechanical errors can be quite distracting for the reader and lessen the impact of otherwise good posts. Did you comment on 2 other students' posts? Did you add to the conversation by doing so? Remember, in the syllabus video I mentioned, you can't just say, good job, or, I agree. You have to actually carry the conversation forward, right? And make sure that you are respectful. Even when you disagree, we can disagree and do so respectfully, and sometimes the best conversations come from disagreements. You have a primary document checklist. These are things to think about as you're reading documents. What type of document is it? Why does it exist? Who wrote this document? Who's in it? Who's left out of it? What kinds of other information can we get out of this aside from the main subject? How do the subjects relate to what we know about broader society? What was the meaning of the document in its own time? What is its meaning today? What does the document tell us about change in society, right? Because people write things for a reason. You know, one of this question right here, what motives prompted the author to write the material in this form, right? Who's their audience? Why do you think they're writing this, right? Because while we can piece together facts and things about people's lives, people have motives for writing things the way that they did and the mediums that they did. So that's important to consider. A helpful handout on whether or not you're plagiarizing, and then active and passive voice. This can help you become a better writer if you want to check that out. So that is Welcome to History 131. If you go to this Assignments tab here, like I said when we talked about the syllabus video, all of the weeks are laid out here for you, okay? So you've got everything here. And it's got the dates too. So if we take a look at our introduction, first day of the semester, it's telling you, hey, you better go to this tab over here and check that stuff out. You should also take your enrollment verification quiz. There's the reading breakdown that we just looked at. And here's a discussion board, okay? This is going to be due by Monday of the following week. Okay, so introduce yourself to the class. This is sort of participation for the first week. What's your major or degree path, and what are you most excited about to learn about in the class? And then comment on at least 2 other students' posts. Okay, so do that for this week. Now, if we go to week 1, that's our first full week of class, August 20th through 24th. You can see that there's even more information. Okay, so you've got the lecture notes, the lecture outline, the lecture videos. This is where the instructions are to get the letter for Christopher Columbus. There's also a video on how to access that, the 2 other documents, and then there's a video on how to cite your sources. Okay, so this is important too, so make sure you check this out under week 1, because this is the first week that we'll have a discussion board due. And here's the prompt for week 1. Okay, so all of this, week 1. So everything's pretty clear. If you go to the My Instructor tab, you'll see it's a picture of me. That is from 2011, before I had children. You can tell because I look really rested. So that's got my email address, a little bit about me, huge nerd, love history, love baking, and I'm excited about the class. So that's pretty much, I think, really, you're going to need the My Grades tab, obviously, if you want to check out your grades and how you're doing this semester. But this is pretty much where you want to be most of the time. And don't forget to check out Welcome History 131. This tab here, Student Academic and Technical Resources, is important as well. This is this is a list of all of the resources that JCC has for you. Lots of great things. Academic Skills Center, they have online tutoring, you know, so if you're an online student, you work all the time, or you live farther away from campus, you can even do tutoring online. Of course, contact me first if you have any issues. So that's pretty much it. Make sure you're checking your email for announcements. Make sure you go in here and look at all the documents that are relevant to your interests, which hopefully are pretty much everything in here. And then your assignments folder, it's going to be your best friend because it's got every single week in here. And like I said, even mentioning that the paper is due on week 4 right here in this folder. So that's the syllabus, the reading breakdown, and right here that you get that due date information. So I really do try to communicate to you guys so no one's surprised by an assignment being due. Okay, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to contact me. I am excited to be starting another semester with you guys, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day.